Where I come from, streets is made of gold. Trapping like the new me, go back like the old me. On my back like Yoshi, yeah. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Can't beat them, join them. One life, enjoy it. Live like you royal, hell with purpose, let's destroy it. You think I'm joking? It's every word that's spoken. And rap these days is trapping crazy, can get away with anything with 808s. They spell and pray and swell your brain, you fade away. Your soul decay, they dig and graze, I'm A-okay. Just fast and pray, there'll come a day, a price to pay like Sally May, you in debt. So cast away your regrets, I digress. They regress, they treat girls like objects. They play around like recess, this rap game is nonsense. They big mad cause we bless a goon to a goblin.
Yo, what up, fam?
I'm on set with wine in my goblet. You whining for God, I just pulled out the projects assigned to these haters. I feed off your comments, shake greed off my palms and take knees like I'm Colin. Take heat or just rot and just bleed while you falling in. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Sitting, waiting, sinning lately, getting lazy, lighting up, you getting hazy. Kinda light just doesn't faze me, hating things that rap portraying. Ricky Bobby shaking bacon, Ricky Bobby shaking, me and Evo breaking up. I just hung up on the plug. Look at me like, why you bugging? Now they all like, what the what? Look at them like, why you thugging? Want my soul, want my gifts, want my heart for fame and money. Gotta admit, I almost did it. Turn around and started running. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi.
What's up, Sharon, Thomas, Will, Andrew, Ansel, Anthony? What up, Bill? What up, Dennis?
Where I come from, streets is made of gold.
Ooh-ah, 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 ooh-ah.
Trapping like the new me, go back like the old me. On my back like Yoshi.
Everyone's getting their notifications. Daily Soul Club peeps, getting your alerts. Come on in.
Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Can't beat them, join them. One life, enjoy it. Live like you royal, hell with purpose, let's destroy it. You think I'm joking? It's every word that's spoken. And rap these days is trapping crazy, can get away with anything with 808s. They spell and pray and swell your brain, you fade away. Your soul decay, they dig and graze, I'm A-okay. Just fast and pray, there'll come a day, a price to pay like Sally May, you in debt. So cast away your regrets, I digress. They regress, they treat girls like objects. They play around like recess, this rap game is nonsense. They big mad cause we bless a goon to a goblin. You offset, I onset, I'm onset with wine in my goblet. You whining for God, I just pulled out the projects assigned to these haters. I feed off your comments, shake greed off my palms and take knees like I'm Colin. Take heat or just rot and just bleed while you falling in. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. sitting, waiting, sinning lately, getting lazy, lighting up, you getting hazy. Kinda light just doesn't faze me, hating things that rap portraying. Ricky Bobby shaking bacon, Ricky Bobby shaking, me and Evo breaking up. I just hung up on the plug. Look at me like, why you bugging? Now they all like, what the what? Look at them like, why you thugging? Want my soul, want my gifts, want my heart for fame and money. Gotta admit, I almost did it. Turn around and started running. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi.
She wouldn't do that. She's not that stupid. Well, maybe she is. Can never be sure these days.
Where I come from, streets is made of gold.
You never know.
Trapping like the new me, rap like the old me.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna get started in just a moment. Come on in.
Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Can't beat them, join them. One life, enjoy it. Live like you royal, hell with purpose, let's destroy it. You think I'm joking? It's every word that's spoken. And rap these days is trapping craze, can get away with anything with 808s. They spell and pray and swell your brain, you fade away. Your soul decay, they dig and graze. I'm A-okay, just fast and pray. There'll come a day, a price to pay like Sally May, you in debt. So cast away your regrets, I digress. They regress, they treat girls like objects. They play around like recess.
Here we
This
go.
rap game is nonsense. They big mad cause we bless. A goon to a goblin, you offset, I onset. I'm onset with wine in my goblet. You whining for God, I just pulled out the projects assigned to these haters. I feed off your comments, shake greed off my palms and take knees like I'm Colin. Take heat or just rot and just bleed while you falling in. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me.
Oh, it's Daddy. Daddy's coming. Give me some more coffee.
The sun is shining.
Oh, yeah.
The birds are chirping.
Oh, yeah.
The bacon is sizzling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Hey-o. Testing. Test, testing, testing. Testicles, testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1020 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and the slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches? Thank you for joining me live on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch, and thank you for pinching your nips, ladies, and gentlemen too, but I'm more interested in the ladies pinching their nips. Woohoo! What's going on? What is up, beaches? What's going on? I'm back in the swole hole. I'm back on the Iron Throne. The Iron Throne. The 1,000 blades of Papa Swolio's enemies. What is going on? Apparently, a lot of you didn't hear anything I was saying, that I was going to be out of the swole hole for a day or two, but I am back. I'm back. So that's why I can't go live all the time when I travel, just because I get shitty connections where I was, and I can't do a multi-stream. So it's just easier for me to, in many cases, just pump out some content. Sometimes I do go live, and I can pick one or two platforms. So here's the thing. When you are, and this is going to start from this moment on, when you are a member or a part of the Daily Swole Club, right, the support system, you can find out more on swolenormousx.com, but those of you that are supporting and donating to the show, you will get alerts, you will get messages letting you know where you can find me live if I am live, and I was just working on some other strategic and some structural things to make sure that club members will get notified, but also I'll be posting stuff, and I give you the latest and the greatest on the Instagram stories. So if I'm going live in today, those of you that are following me on Instagram, you know I was saying, hey, we're back live, we're back this. I don't think people will look at Facebook fucking stories really, but I did post it on my Instagram story and let you know the latest. So I kept on putting out the content. I don't fucking miss a day, you jabronis. I don't miss a fucking day. I don't miss a day. I don't miss a day, beesh. I don't miss a day, beesh. And the last 2 days or 2 days were some family stuff, family birthday. So I was out of the Swole hole, and I was actually in Central Florida. I was in Orlando area, Universal Studios kind of thing. And that's what today's episode is about. I want to talk about the reality of this fucking world, because holy shit. Holy fucking shit. And I got some good content coming on that, but my goodness, fat people. My fucking goodness, fat people. Can I get an amen for holy fat fucking people? Holy shit. No joke. No joke. Now, this is not to go, I'm not just going to go off the rails and just yell. I'm not yelling at fat people. But my goodness, my fucking goodness, Orlando, Florida, you got to get your shit together. Whoa. Holy, I mean, just let's see how much stuff I can put in my face hole. That's literally what it should be called. You know, how much stuff can I put in my face hole, Florida? That's what Orlando is. And it's not like anywhere else in the country. It really isn't, because people come from all over the world to go to Disney World, to go to Universal, to do, I don't know, all these different things. And all you see everywhere, it's just massive signs for restaurants and food. And when you go into these parks, it's just every type of food and high sugar concoction you can fucking imagine. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. So for some of the stuff, you know, I have a video coming. I'll probably get up this afternoon talking about a couple instances, but there will be a fire. I hope it's fire. I like it. An Instagram video, probably a little short video about the whole issue. And actually, you know, because there's family up there, because, you know, a lot of people that I know that go up there often, you know, we'll be doing some more content on that. But if you want to go to like Fat USA, that's where you go. That's where you go, because all the fat people from all over the country go there to get more fat. It's just, it's those automatic carts, those like rolling wheelchairs, those electric wheelchairs, so people can roll around and get to the food places easier. They don't even have to walk. It's sick. It's sick. I think, and this, someone asked me in the comments, is this going to be a rage episode? Yes and no. Because I'm not just going to sit here and be like, oh my God, there's fat people. There's overweight fat people everywhere. I like to say the word fat because I don't like to soften language. And we're talking about fat people, but I'm not talking about fat people as in necessarily weight. I'm talking, when I say fat, and I think a lot of you have gotten this from my content, when I say fat, it's like the state of mind of being fat. So if you're overweight and you're obese, or you're morbidly obese and you're working hard and you're trying hard, you don't have a fat state of mind. You're working to improve your health. When I say fat, when I get on people's shit, when I get in your face about you being fat, it's because of health. I don't care how you look. As crazy as that sounds, I don't care how you look. I care how you look relative to how you look being a negative impact on your health. Does that make sense? We know that obesity is linked to these major fucking diseases. So if you are morbidly obese, you are actively killing yourself, especially if you're not trying. I understand there's issues with thyroid problems, but a lot of that's linked to endocrine disruptors, you know, all the pollutants and all the things that we're consuming in colognes and sprays and deodorants and household cleaners. There are a lot of endocrine disruptors. People aren't getting enough sleep. People aren't drinking enough water. People aren't exercising. People are eating hormone pumped foods. That's why I go so hard on what you're eating, not so much the quantity. Yes, the quantity matters, but I talked about that in yesterday's episode. So if you want to listen to the macros versus what you're eating, I break it all down. I kind of go Hambone Jones when I did yesterday's episode 1019. So if you missed that one, go check it out, because I think it gets everyone up to speed, especially those of you that are new to the community. So if it's your first daily swole, make sure you drop in the comments, say, hey, it's my virgin swole. You're popping my swole cherry. I'm like, hi, I'm over here like pop, 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 popping balloons, popping cherries like a boss. With my knowledge cock, just popping those swole cherries with the knowledge shaft. So that's why I go so hard on what the food is. That's why I go so hard on what the food is being consumed, because you could be eating protein. Okay, you're eating chicken, fine. If it's antibiotic pumped chicken, It's not a good thing to eat. It's not something you want to consume. You are what you eat, and you are what your food eats. I think that makes sense. Why do you care if a vegetable is organic or not? Because you care what's on the food. However, you're just going to go and eat meat that just sucked down grains or is pumped full of antibiotics. That sounds very hypocritical. What the plant eats and what the plant uptakes in terms of toxins and pesticides, it's the same thing like the meat, what the animals consumed. And I think it's perfectly fine and amazing to consume meat. I do not think it's perfectly fine to torture animals, to pump them full of grains, to pump them full of hormones, and to just, and to pass along these horrific diseases into human beings. I think wild game is amazing, grass-fed beef, it's hard to produce tons of food to keep all these people alive. That's why I'm a huge fan of natural selection. I'm a huge fan of plagues. I'm a huge fan of things that help balance out nature, right? If you like stand-up comedy and you listen to Bill Burr, he is also a huge fan of natural selection and weeding out the weak. So if you want some funny shit and you like stand-up comedy, I recommend his stuff as well. But I completely agree. All right. I completely agree. I've been talking about this on the podcast for years. It's something that we need to actively approach. I'm not talking about weeding out. I'm not talking about natural selection, but I'm talking about is weeding out the garbage food. Okay? Weeding out the garbage food and weeding out the mentality that it doesn't matter what you eat. As long as it has the macronutrient, it's okay. No, there's other things in it. It's not just fat, protein, and carbs. What's in those molecules? What's wedged? What's lodged? What's embedded in that meat? Doesn't that make sense? Tell me if you eat grass-fed beef, how much different it tastes. Do you agree? It tastes different. It tastes different than grain-fed beef. For me, it tastes completely different. First off, you get fattier cuts of meat and it's delicious. It just tastes different. Grain-fed beef does not have flavor, especially when you start cooking it plain. I know it can have flavor if you put all this fucking barbecue sauce and shit on it, but just plain grass-fed beef, it has amazing flavor. Amazing flavor, and I feel so energized. When I eat and when I have consumed, and I've told this story many times, when I used to pound tons and tons of antibiotic, like those transformer chickens, you get those chicken breasts that are just massive for like $1 something a pound, I had nasty acid reflux to the point where I couldn't even eat food. When I couldn't even eat food, I couldn't do a crunch on a ball. I couldn't lay down on my back because I would have acid reflux because I was pounding so much garbage chicken. And it wasn't the fact that I was eating meat products. It was the fact that I was eating garbage meat products. Because now, whenever I consume grass-fed beef, whenever I consume pastured eggs, I have not had acid reflux in years. And the only time I would ever get that is if I'm, let's say, having a couple beers or I drink or I eat something that I shouldn't, which I really stay away from now because I don't want to feel like shit. Who wants to feel like shit? Once you feel good, you don't want to feel like shit anymore. And once you realize how much you felt like shit, you really don't want to feel like shit. You actively want to avoid feeling like shit. Why would you want to feel bad? You don't want to walk down that road. You don't want to walk down that path. Why would you? Why would you actively want to go feel like shit? So what you're eating is not just how you look, it's how you feel. It's how you perform. It's how you feel emotionally, mentally. And there's some interesting stuff going around. A lot of people are talking about mental health. People talk about depression a lot, and we talk about psychosis, and we talk about all these things, that issues with humans, and all these things are going on, all the shootings, all the fucking, just the crazy shit that happens, yet no one's talking enough about the food. I mean, help me out here, fam. No one's talking enough about the food. We have some voices. People are talking more and more about functional medicine, but we're still talking about all these issues as if, oh, it's social media. Oh, it's because of the technology. Oh, it's too easy to buy guns. Oh, it's too this. What about the fucking chemicals we're pumping into people? What about the chemicals? What about the chemical garbage we're just pumping into people? What about the fucking sugar that we are just jacking into people? What about that? What about that? I don't think it's Grand Theft Auto that's increasing violence. I think it's the fact that we are just keeping people more and more immobile and just injecting them with high energy sugar. That's what I think. I think that's what it is. I think it's the food. And you can tell if you are a parent or you are someone who went from eating garbage to eating healthier. You can tell if you used to feed your kids garbage food and now you feed them healthier, the difference in their emotional state, the difference in how they act, the difference in their energy levels. How many of you feel like how many of you act differently as like a personality when since you've been eating healthier? How many of you are more calm? How many of you are more relaxed? How many of you are more focused? How many of you have less, ADHD tendencies? How many of you are more focused and more just peaceful people, maybe less likely to outburst, less likely to rage and get anger? It's extremely correlative. Correlative? You know what I'm talking about. Sugar is fucking poison. If you're getting it naturally, if you're getting it in quality fruits and things like that, and you're not just juicing it and sucking down the sugar and eliminating all the fiber, you can get, sugar is not an evil thing. It is when you remove it and just absolutely compact it and essentially mainline it into the body. And when you're pumping kids and people through it, I was on the edge the last 2 days. I was on the edge because everywhere I looked, I would see child abuse everywhere. Child fucking abuse everywhere in Orlando. Child abuse everywhere. Just fat fucking kids. I cannot handle that. I cannot handle looking at a fat, plump, round, overweight, obese child. It's like a 45-year-old type 2 diabetic shrunk down into a 9-year-old's body. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. And I can't say that enough. And I could say every swear in the book, and I could do this every day on the podcast for years. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. I hope it does. I know who I'm reaching here. I know the thousands of people that are listening to this. I mean, I hope this is impacting you, but I hope you're doing something about it. This is not a joke. And the past couple days, it's not a fucking joke. It's bad. And it's frustrating. And I kind of internalized it a little bit. I didn't want to rage and be angry for like 2 or 3 days because I'm there and I'm looking around. I just can't stop seeing guts. Everywhere I looked, it was just fat stomachs everywhere. Fat stomachs. Fat stomachs, just pale, like just fucking like pale, just, unhealthy looking skin, just, bloating. It was like, but it wasn't like just fat. It was just like the rolls and just the tight stomachs that look like you're pregnant, like you have fucking bowling balls or you're hiding one of those Bosu balls in your shirt. And from men, from women, but kids, like there's no excuse for kids to be overweight. Like your kid does not need a 36-ounce soda. Your kid does not need a pint of fucking ice cream to go on these roller coasters. Why can't people have fun without shoving their face? Why can't people enjoy their life without just fucking eating the world? Why? Why do you want to kill yourself? Like when you look in the mirror, what do you see? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? What do you see when you look in the mirror? This is not to give you an eating disorder. This is not to be like, oh, you're not beautiful. That's what pisses me off. I'm tired of people using the fucking word beautiful. They're abusing the word beautiful. I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm going to get up this afternoon. So I hope you join in and you watch and you listen and you tune in. I wasn't able to get it up for this morning, but I want to get this up today. I don't like waiting for content, but I'm just sick. I'm sick of people using words and abusing words because it's abusing people. When you throw around the word beautiful and you use the word beautiful, you use it as a weapon. Well, when you use a subjective phrase and you use it as a sharp-edged sword, you can't do it. You can't do it. That's what she said. I was unable to get up this morning. Good one, Matt. Good one. Good one. I missed that one. Yeah, when you're using the word, for example, when people say, oh, but, either big is beautiful or, I'm a beautiful person anyway. No one's saying you're not beautiful. That's subjective. Well, actually, I'm saying it, but you don't have to. It's fine. That's subjective. And you can't get upset at anyone for thinking something is beautiful and something isn't beautiful. And I don't like how people use that word for things like fat acceptance, for things to justify being unhealthy, to justify not just for being unhealthy, but when you start passing those things on to your kids, when you start passing those things on to people around you, that's some bad shit. That's some evil fucking stuff. And if you are overweight or you're obese and you're watching or listening to this, I don't hate you. I'm not teasing you. I'm not making fun of you. I want you to get up off your fucking ass and turn it up a notch. I want you to step your game up. I want you to take it more seriously. I want there to be more urgency. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anyone that's overweight. That's not what this is about. I want you not to be fat in your fucking head. I want you to be taking control. I want you to get your shit together and make active movements towards, literally and figuratively, towards making progress. It's not going to work by me putting my arm around you and be like, oh, it's okay. You're beautiful just the way you are. You're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful soul. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? you fucking snowflakes. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? You're a beautiful person. So what? I don't care if you're nice. I don't care if you're nice. I care that the fact that you're eating yourself into an early grave. Since when did those two things become the same thing? Oh, but I'm beautiful. Okay. What the hell does that have to do with anything? You still have diabetes. What does that mean? Take the cookie out of your mouth. You could be beautiful and not be shoving your face with sugar. I don't understand where this is getting twisted up. So now in public, if you say anything about beauty, oh, now you're a bad person, you're a Nazi, you're a mean person, you're angry. It's so crazy. You get fucking lynched just because you have an opinion and you don't have the same opinion as other people. Well, I'm not going to pander to that bullshit. If you're fat and you're grotesquely overweight, you better start fucking doing something about it, or you's gonna die. You's gonna die, and you's gonna die sooner than me, and you's gonna die sooner before your kids, and you's gonna die sooner before your husband or your wife. Like, it's not a good road to go down. Are there any objections here? Am I saying anything that doesn't make sense? Have we forgotten what opinions are? Have we forgotten how to speak our mind and have an opinion about something and to voice our opinion and say what we feel? I think we have. There's one thing to be courteous and not to be rude. Like, I'm not going to go up to someone. I'm not going to walk up to someone and be like, what's going on, you fat fuck? Stop eating that food. I could have smacked food out of 1,000 people's hands this week, but I didn't, because I'm not going to be an asshole to someone's face. I don't want to insult them and make them upset. I don't want to see a grown man cry. No, I'm not trying to hurt someone's feelings. I'm trying to tell someone the truth, and I can tell the truth without being a fucking just straight up dick. There's different ways to go about it. On the podcast, I'm trying to shake you the fuck up out of your absolute sugar-induced coma stupor. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I can't sit in front of you and have a conversation. I don't have anyone around me to do that. This is my platform to do so. So I hope this gets passed around. I hope some of you that might be fat are listening to this, and you're going to take steps and take moves and make moves to get better. We have to stop softening shit. We have to stop being pussies. We have to stop tiptoeing around this stuff. Because guess what? Death isn't tiptoeing. Medication isn't tiptoeing. Medical debt isn't tiptoeing. All these issues are not tiptoeing. They're smashing us over the head with a fucking hammer. Like, this is real. This is reality. That's why I have it on the board behind me, reality. That's why today's episode is The Reality is Insane. And it's insane. And the crazy thing about where I was in Orlando, sure, not everywhere in the country is Orlando. That's where it's like where fat people go to party. However, that is a snapshot. 70 to 80% of the world, of the country, is overweight. Okay, we've been talking about that a lot lately. And that's like a snapshot. That's a concentration. And there are roller coasters. Yeah, there are rides and stuff like that. But every turn, there's something to buy and fucking eat. And it's all just sugar stuff. It's all sugar. All of it. There's Coke everywhere. There's soda everywhere. There's like these big gulps. Okay, you get a universal glass and you get all this soda. When you walk into like City Walk, the place where you go in for, when you first walk in with all the restaurants and stuff like that, before you go into Universal, it's just restaurants everywhere. Like, why does everything have to be food? Why does everything have to be food? Right? Why does everything have to be food? Knox 2K, I love sugar. Who the fuck doesn't like sugar? The human body enjoys sugar. That's why it shouldn't have too much. Do you realize, everyone, the reason why you might crave sugar or you like sugar or you can get addicted to sugar? Do you understand why? You are getting addicted to sugar because your body is programmed on an evolutionary level to look for sugar. It's energy. I mean, you're in the wild and you're hunting. It's hard to hunt. You find a tree, like a mango tree or an apple tree, you're going to fucking grab all that stuff. You are going to love that, but you're not going to eat it all the time. Fruit rots. You're not going to just be living in a freaking fruit field. It's not enough nutrients. You're going to be eating a range of different foods. So your body is programmed to look for fats, protein, and carbs. Those are called macronutrients. Those are the three things that your body is looking for in order to survive. That is why, you ready for this? Here we go. Science is coming. Science is coming. That's why your body can use fat for energy. That is why your body can use sugar, carbohydrates for energy. That is why, believe it or not, your body can use protein for energy. Your body can create energy from all three of those nutrients, those macronutrients. Your body will prefer to do it with fat and carbs first. However, your body will also produce glucose from proteins. It's called gluconeogenesis. This is science. There's a reason why your body can shift between these different nutrients, because you don't always have these nutrients available. It makes your body versatile. It allows your body to adapt and allows your body to change with the seasons. If you're living in an Arctic or a colder climate, guess what happens in the winter? You don't have vegetables and fruit. So your body will shift more towards protein and fat when you kill an animal. There you go. In the summer, there's more fruit, longer days. So you might find a fruit tree and eat some more fruit, but the day is longer. So you're exercising more, you're more active, there's more daylight and blah, blah, blah. But you're still like, your body is designed to have all these things. And sugar gives you a nice little rush, a nice little kick, but it also can get you hooked on it. And when you start isolating sugar and increasing the concentration, and everything is just different formulations of sugar. All I see when I go to these places, I see liquid sugar, the sodas. I see sugar in the shape of a hot dog. I see sugar in the shape of a fucking donut. I see sugar in the shape of ice cream and cotton candy. It's just different shapes of sugar. And for those of you that have been following my podcast for a while and you're in the know, I just see different shapes of sugar and corn. That's all it is. And corn sugar. I mean, it's the same fucking thing. That's all you see everywhere. It's just different shapes and different formulations, different colors of sugar. It's just different shapes and different textures. And then they add in all the other garbage to make it fluffy or to make it harder or to make it sweeter or to make it this shape or to make it last longer or to make it melt. That's just chemicals. It's just processes that they do, the scientists, the food companies. And look, I'm not saying that it doesn't taste good. Guess why it tastes good? You ready for this? You ready for why it tastes good? Because they make it taste good. They fucking make it taste good. Why do you think they have labs? Why do you think they have labs? Why do you think these food companies have test groups? Why do you think they test it on people? Why do you think they get feedback? Why do you think they get reviews? Why do you think they give out samples? They want to see what you like. Why do you think they change packaging? Why do you think they change formulas? Because they want to get a formula that you will buy, that you will get hooked on, that you will eat, and that you will keep on buying, so they'll keep on making it. That is what companies do. It's marketing. It's marketing their sugar. It's a drug. It's a legal drug. You don't need a prescription. You just fucking walk in and buy whatever you want. So, oh, by the way, why do you think the FDA is in charge? Food and Drug Administration. So very ironic and interesting how one administration, right? One handles food and drugs. You ever think about that? Does the same thing. Food and drugs. What do those two things have anything to do with each other? Where's the association between food and drugs? What's the association between food and medicine? The only association is that food is medicine. And if you eat the right fucking foods, you're not going to need the other half. So they put it together so, we can control it and we can manipulate it and make sure that you don't get the right food, so you need the fucking drugs in which we make more. So they keep you fucking sick. And they know it. They know it. Maybe it wasn't the intention from the start, but it sure turned out that way. So I don't care what the intention was. I don't care what the intention was. This is the reality in which we're living in. It doesn't matter what the intent was. I guess it does. So we might not know 100% what the intent was, but I'll tell you what the intent is now. Money. Keep it going. Keep the money going. Our only weapon is social media. Our only weapon is the internet. Our only weapon and method of communicating and our way of, quote, rising up, our silent revolution. I'm not saying pick up fucking arms and go march on Nestle, but we need to step up with our children. We need to step up with our friends, with our coworkers, with ourselves, so we can create our own little cell, our own little organization. I'm not trying to create a Swole cult. Yeah, that's right. Everyone take a drop of blood and put it up to your phone. Put it up right to your thumb scanner, and you'll be part of the Swole cult. No, you know what I'm talking about. That got weird. Just kidding. That got weird. Sorry. Disclaimer. I didn't mean that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. We have to do it ourselves. We have to start small. We have to start with our own communities. We have to start with our kids. Your community is your immediate family. It's your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, mother, father, sister, brother, coworkers, friends. It's the people in your little circle. That's your community. And then spread it out. The interesting thing is, and the really cool thing is, you have access to a lot more people than the average person in their community. You can post on social. You can post on Instagram. You got followers? Show them. Tell them. do it yourself. You don't have to go running your mouth, but live by example. Lead by example. Do it. Don't push it off. It's not a joke. It's real. And I'm telling you, just the fucking shit that I saw the past couple days, it is absolutely worse than you could ever imagine. And it's just a snapshot. And it's unfortunately a preview of where everything is going. And it's getting worse. It's so fucking bad. The complete obliviousness of everyone. It's absolutely horrific. So, that being said, we're back in the Swole hole. Remember, if you want the updates, you want to know if I'm not going to be live, if I have to, stream on one platform, this, that, and the other, make sure that you sign up for the Daily Swole Club messaging list. You can do that by joining the Daily Swole Club. You can go to swolenormousx.com and click, and I appreciate any support and donation that you're interested in offering. However, you can also go to Messenger and message me, and you can get those Daily Swole Club list alerts. So you can just get the alerts, but you can also learn more about everything and all the perks from the Daily Swole Club at swolenormousx.com. So I appreciate to everyone that has been supporting the show and the content. Thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel and checking out the latest vlog. Swole Motion is back. So the weekly vlog is coming back. So you'll see another one in a couple days. So I hope you enjoy those. A little bit of an insight behind the scenes. This last one was fire. So go check out the last YouTube vid. I am going to hustle to get the next one up because I want to vent a little bit more. I want to get a little bit more of this down and lay it down. And also those of you that are new to the channel and stuff, you want to subscribe to the podcast. Again, all that stuff, everything I just mentioned, just click on the little hamburger main menu and you'll see it all. Just go to swolenormousx.com. And that's the easiest thing I can tell you. You can check out the blog. You can check out the Daily Swole Club. You can check out the subscription for the podcast and anything that I update and do things there, I'll be posting over there so you can get the latest and the greatest. And we're back. So tomorrow, episode 1021, and definitely drop a comment. Definitely hit me up in the DM. Definitely let me know what's up, what's good if you enjoyed this episode. And for the latest, like kind of daily throughout the day, what's going on, what's posting, blah, blah, blah. Instagram is definitely the platform that I'm active on the most. So if you're not subscribed to me and follow me on Instagram, do so. You can turn on your post notifications because I give you all the details in the Instagram stories. I usually share them to Facebook, but Instagram is kind of like the point of contact where I'm giving you the latest updates, in the moment kind of thing. So thank you everyone for joining me for episode 1020 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow for 1021 of the Sleeves. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.